Hey, and welcome to our second in this series of Video Marketing Masterclass. I am Jonathan, your host, and I'm thrilled to have with me today the amazing Kevin Lee. Kevin is, man, Kevin, I'm so enamored with you and your video skills and your marketing skills. It's rare to find somebody that knows video and marketing as well, and you balance those. And I'm so excited about today. Want to encourage you, if you're joining us live, make sure you stick around, because at the end of this live, Kevin is going to give us a free access to his amazing secret video GPT. And I'm going to say it wrong. So it's the Video Script Framework GPT. We're going to get access, but you got to be here live. So stick with us. It's going to happen before the end. And Kevin's got some amazing value bombs in the interim. Kevin, with that, I'm going to turn it over to you. The show is yours, man. Run with it, and then let me know if I can help.
Thank you, Jonathan. Just give me a second while I go throw up.
No problem.
I don't know if it's the energy drink or it's just the nerves, but I think I've done a few of these now, and I swear it never gets any easier. And I just always feel like I'm about to throw up. But I can definitely tell you that this time around, I'm way more excited to share this with you guys and with you, Jonathan. Uh, but again, I don't know if it's the energy drink or what, but I'm super excited, nervous, and terrified all at the same time. But
It's
we are
going to be
going to get through.
amazing.
It's going to be amazing, and we're going to get through this together. All right, so folks, hang on to your hats, your shirts, your shoes, your pants, everything, because we are going for one heck of a ride. If you joined us the last time in the last seminar or the last session or webinar, whatever you want to call it, we talked about how to come up with your video ideas for your particular brand. And we didn't just come up with like some video ideas, we came up with a whole strategy around what your brand is about, how to come up with video ideas for it, and really creating what I now call it the content primer for your brand, or brand content primer. That in itself was absolutely gold. And I did promise you guys that if you joined me again for this webinar, that I'd give you my custom GPT that I built specifically to do just that. And it's going to be used in this session. So you will have access to that, I promise. But before we get to that, I have to share with you what we're going to do today. Today, we are going to talk about how to actually plan out your videos using a framework called the teaser framework. And I'll get to that in a second. A lot of times when it comes to creating videos, yeah, you could come up with random cat videos, memes, epic fail videos, dance videos. I mean, TikTok now, anybody can become famous just by doing something silly. But if you want longevity, if you want brand authority, if you want topical authority, if you want people to know, like, and trust you, you have to have some kind of process for creating video content that's compelling, educational, value driven, and really helps people to know, like, and trust you. So let's get started. So in this video session is called "Let's Get Serious About Video Planning Seriously." I couldn't come up with any other name for this presentation, so
That
we're just
works.
gonna
We're
we're
good.
just gonna go with
We're
that.
good.
There we go. So in this, there we go. Uh, we're gonna go through a few steps. Number one is having the video idea, and if you did the last webinar with us, you probably have a bunch of video ideas already. The next step is to take it through the teaser framework, looking at the video idea through the lens of the teaser framework. From there, we're going to choose which framework we're going to go with and then create a video outline of it. Then we're going to script it out. And then we're going to go further by using some chat GPT prompts to take that one script and turn it into a bunch of different things. So in a nutshell, repurposing that one video into short form videos, a blog, taking some keyword that you want to rank for and then optimizing that for your videos and for your blogs too. There's a whole bunch of things that you can do with it, and I provide those prompts at the end. So when we talk about video planning, like I was saying, creating content is in a nutshell an art and a science, sort of. Again, if you just want to go viral, find the silliest, craziest thing, duplicate that, and then post it up, and in a short amount of time, you'll find yourself being viral. But if you want longevity, again, you need to have some kind of formula for creating this kind of content, and you have to be consistent. So let's first start talking about the anatomy of not a good video, but a truly great video. And it's a really simple formula. Number one, hit them with a really compelling hook. So oftentimes that hook is something within the first 3 to 5 seconds that gets your audience to really know what the video is going to be about, what to expect, and really why they should actually lean in. So you'll find a lot of videos on TikTok and Instagram Reels talking about these are the hooks that you want to use. And a lot of times the hook usually begins with the word you. So if you're struggling with ... if you want to make more ... these are the 5 things you're making the mistake on. So anything that's getting the audience to realize what this video is about in the first 3 seconds and why they really should lean into it. And then from there, you're going to tell them what you're going to tell them. So you're going to make a promise in that hook, or actually you're going to get them to engage with that hook. And then you're going to make a promise. So maybe it could be something like, in this video, I'm going to show you 3 steps to making a really good video. In this video, I'm going to show you the 5 common mistakes people make when it comes to selecting a camera. In this video, I'm going to show you why energy drinks are absolutely horrible for you. So that's telling them what you're going to tell them. Third, tell them. So deliver on the promise. Go through the process of sharing what knowledge you have, or telling the story that you're going to tell them, or giving them the review that you're going to talk about. And then tell them what you told them. So essentially summarize or review. And then lastly, give them another reason to watch another video. So the whole objective of your content at the end of the content is to give them more content to watch. And your platforms are going to reward you for doing so. So YouTube always wants people to stay on the platform. So if you give them a call to action to watch something on Facebook or Instagram, you're probably going to get penalized. Not in a bad way. It's just you're going to essentially tell the algorithm that after they watch this video, they're going to leave the platform. They're not going to push your video any further, or pull your video to another audience member. So just keep that in mind. So number 1, hit them with a really good hook. Number 2, tell them what you're going to tell them. Number 3, tell them. Number 4, tell them what you told them. And then number 5, give them a really good reason to watch your stuff or more of your stuff. Now, the 3 middle items, the tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them, comes from a friend of mine named Steve Stonehouse. That was one of the most mind-blowing statements I've ever heard. And that was about 13 years ago. And I still live by that. So when it comes to content, when it comes to presentations, when it comes to anything at all, if you just stick with that in itself, you pretty much win every time. All right. So I told you what it takes to make a great video, but there's a but. What makes an impactful video? And I think this is something that I think for the first couple of years, I really fell into this trap of trying to please everybody, or trying to impress everybody, or just trying not to rub people the wrong way. And so I was very lukewarm in a lot of my delivery. I wasn't stern about certain things. I just didn't have opinions. And I found that the more often I said something that was very opinionated, people either hated me or loved me, but either way, they knew my name. And I feel like a lot of times content creators try to please everybody, and they just kind of they're just kind of indifferent about something. So in this, don't aim to please everybody. Don't be lukewarm. You got to be either hot or cold, have an opinion on it, and be firm. So whatever your content's going to be, have an opinion about it and stand by it. So if it's a review, if it's a story, if it's something related to trends, if it's an aspirational video, if it's an educational video, have an opinion and stand by it. Okay, hope I got all that out of the way. Now we can actually talk about the teaser framework. Now, if you sat with me through the last presentation, I talked through the teaser framework. And it's okay if you're going to create a video, But if you create a video, you might find if you create a lot of videos on a regular basis, you might find that you're creating the same kind of video over and over and over. This framework allows you to have a wide variety of types of videos so that you're not always creating the same kind of video. So if you are an expert in insurance, okay, how many times can you talk about insurance or or educate people on certain concepts about insurance? Maybe your audience is used to that, but maybe they start to get, okay, it's the same old stuff. Well, what if you talked about trends in insurance? What if you did some educational videos like you're already doing? What if you shared some stories about people who thought that they didn't need insurance but bought insurance because they were told that they needed it, and then a tragedy strikes and then they find that the insurance company took care of them. Storytelling, case studies, or testimonials, or even personal stories, why you even got into selling insurance in the first place. Entertainment. Every time I think of insurance, I think of State Farm. I think of Geico. I think of what Liberty Mutual, the Limo Emu.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's all entertainment. I mean, that's big budget entertainment, but it's entertainment in itself. 30 seconds to a minute. It's not really being serious, not trying to make these emotional pieces talking about tragedy striking. They made fun of it. So think of that as a piece of content in itself. And then reviews. If you're an insurance specialist, maybe you talk about the different types of packages and the different products that you have, or comparing the different types of insurance coverages by different brands. So you have a wide variety of different types of content that you can create that is related to your topical authority. So if you are any kind of expert in your space, or if you are somebody who's trying to create content that is very directed towards your particular niche, now you have 6 different frameworks to create content on, rather than the same kind of content every single time. Now, when I first started, a lot of the stuff that I was creating, especially when it came to fitness stuff, was all just showing what kind of exercises you can do or how to do specific exercises. Well, there's only so many different push-ups that I could show you. There's only so many times I can show you how to do a proper bench press or a squat or a deadlift. So if I had this framework 20 years ago, I could have easily created plenty of content that would have kept me busy for an entire year and then some. So after going through this framework, I should never hear an excuse of, I don't know what to create, because now I just gave you a ton of ideas to create with. Let's go ahead and break down each individual framework. Now, I know that you guys are here to learn how to create video scripts. We will get to that, I promise. But I have to make sure that you understand the concepts behind these frameworks before we actually copy the prompts and then actually apply them. So just talking about video, just trending videos or video trends, exactly what you think it is. It's all about the trends. So what's trending in your niche, in your marketplace? It's always current. It's really it's designed for audience engagement, and especially if it's timely content. So you have this. I learned this one concept from somebody by the name of Brendan Kane. He wrote 1 million followers, and he talks simply about the fact that he created content that was both timeless and timely. Trending content is timely content. Timeless content is basically principles, values, educational stuff, even entertainment. It's just timeless content that people can come back to 5 years from now and it'll still be relevant. Authority and thought leadership. If you really want to be at the top of your niche or your marketplace, talking about what's trending right now will put you up on the search engines really quickly. And then quick turnarounds. It doesn't require a high production to do. Sometimes you can just sit in front of the camera, spend 30 seconds to a minute and do a trending video. I know a lot of real estate agents do market trend videos and they just post them up. And to be honest, they're not amazing, but they get a lot of traction. As a matter of fact, that is a very practiced thing in the real estate industry, just making market trend videos. And it helps you to be an expert, not just in the niche itself, but also in your general marketplace. So in the Prosper area, I know of one realtor who does these market trend videos, and I'm not even in the market, but I know him by his name and because his videos pop up even as ads on YouTube. So I can't, his name is Mike Farish. That's how I have no reason to work with the guy. But because he's made these market trend videos over and over and over, and he posts them and he runs ad spend against them, now I know him. And while I have plenty of friends who are realtors, that one name keeps popping up. So just keep that in mind. So some examples of trending videos or trend video trends: tech reviews, fashion lookbooks, marketing strategies, health and wellness updates. So for your audience thinking about this, it helps them to stay informed. It helps them to make decisions. It inspires them, gives them an idea. It gives them ideas, and it also makes them part of your community. Educational videos. I don't want to spend too much time on these, but I do want to make sure that I cover them pretty extensively. Educational videos, how-to videos, informational stuff, explainers and guides, skill development, workshops, and webinars. I just talked to somebody who said she's not a good content creator. She wouldn't ever consider herself a content creator, but she's really good at demonstrating. She can build a shed and show somebody how to do it. I said, that is a perfect content creator. If you can explain how to do something, that in itself is an educational video. That in itself is something that people would actually search for and they would find you. And the better you are at explaining something, even if you're just the most dry, boring human being possible, chances are somebody's going to watch that video and like it and engage with it and probably even give you a follow and probably expect more of that kind of content because they know, like, and trust you just from you putting that one video out. Aspirational videos. So if anybody has seen one of my latest videos called Imposter Syndrome, I've never made videos like that ever in my entire life. But what that was talking about was how I often fall into this trap of comparing myself to other content creators, especially highly successful ones. And it causes me to go into this like emotional spiral, going into these really sad and dark, depressing places. But there's a way to get out of that. And I share just my thoughts on it. And out of all the videos I've ever created, that has had the most engaging conversations. Like, it has, not that it had the most likes and views, but really it created a lot of conversations that I wouldn't have had with other people. So aspirational videos are those kind of videos that, to the key points, they have inspiring narratives, they have visual and emotional appeal. They essentially kind of they position you as kind of a role model or an influencer. You may not want to be an influencer, or maybe you do want to be an influencer, but if you open up and you share a deep connection with your audience by sharing some aspirational message, done deal. And I promise you, you will have people that will connect with you on a much deeper level than just doing, value driven, authority, educational content. If there's any one thing that you have to do at least once a month, is just do a video, talk about a really important value that connects and resonates deeply with you. Don't worry about editing it. Don't worry about getting fancy with it. Just get your phone and just start sharing deeply. You would not believe the amount of engagement you would have. So, how your audience benefits from this? They get motivation, they get vision and goal setting, they get empowerment, emotional connection, and once again, community and belonging. Examples of that: success stories, day in the life videos, motivational speeches, and transformation journeys. I love transformation journeys, especially because I came from the fitness industry, being a trainer. Before and after stories and just sharing people's journeys. It's great story content. B, it lets people know that anything's possible, because if you can dream it, it can be done. or it can be achieved. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. That's the saying. All right, storytelling. Storytelling is exactly what it is. Tell a story. Once again, I bring up Dennis Yu for this particular reason. They're known as 1 minute why videos. They're mostly focused on telling stories and then connecting your personal values to those stories and then sharing why you do what you do. So when you're doing storytelling content, it's seriously just that, just telling a story and getting people to lean in more and more and then deliver on that promise. So once again, when it comes to content creation, remember, tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. You can apply the storytelling framework to this and it'll fit beautifully. And another thing to this is that people can easily know, like, and trust you just from the stories that you tell, and it makes you more relatable. Entertainment content. If there's one person that you should ever, well, two people that I think are great content creators who blend pretty much everything into one type of video and makes it really entertaining. There are two people, Casey Neistat and then Mr. Beast. The thing is, though, at face value, it just looks like they're having fun and creating content, but there's so much depth to how they produce content and how they think about content and how they actually go about producing content. But entertainment is just simply that: comedy sketches, music videos, challenge videos, magic illusion, tricks, or just something like my wife. She'll put up videos of me with her phone doing those filters, and she always applies these crazy filters on my face. And oftentimes the things that get people to crack up the most isn't the fact that it's this canvas that she's doing on, it's her laughing in the background. Entertainment. But here's the deal. It's still my face. So people recognize me for those videos. They don't recognize me for the other stuff that I make. For some reason, they recognize me for those videos. So, entertainment. Review videos. If there's one thing that you're going to see a lot on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram Reels, it's product demos and product reviews. If you want to really connect with your audience and if you want people to find you really quickly and easily, make product review videos. Funny enough, I've been creating content for 9-10 years. And up until this last year, actually within the last couple of months, I never did a review video until I think I did a review video on 3 different lenses that I use for my cameras. And that has been one of the most engaging and most searched videos in all of my channel. As a matter of fact, I went to an expo and an old friend of mine, I ran into him and he was like, "Hey, I loved your last video about the lenses." And as he introduced me to his friends, he was like, "Dude, this guy's video on these 3 lenses was easily the best thing I'd ever seen when it came to lens reviews." And I looked around like, this guy saw my video. Not only did he watch the video, but he knew every aspect of the video and what he loved most about it, and he started raving about it. Review videos. Yeah. So making review videos are highly impactful. It helps you to get found really easily. It helps your audience to make informed decisions, saves them time and money, and helps them discover new products, positions you as an expert. And once again, it gives you an opportunity to share an opinion and be firm about it. So it allows you to take a stance on something. And it also creates community feedback. All right, here we go. We're going into the video outlines. Now we're actually going to share this stuff, go through the ChatGPT framework. It's gonna be great. But you got your phones out? Do you have your phones out? Scan this QR code. I'll show you why. Remember, we were talking about how if you showed up to the last seminar or webinar, and if you showed up to this webinar, you would get the free custom GPT that I built. Well, this is it. Now, once you go through this framework, go ahead, Jonathan.
I said, can you move your mouse? I think it's got a little thing in there. It's, at least my phone can't quite scan it. It says drag to move.
Let me see if I can expand it. Oh, whoa. Whoop. Does that work?
Let's see. It is not working. Oh, hang on. It would be helpful if I was on photo. Maybe it worked just fine and it was just my phone. Yep, that works great. Sorry, Kevin. That was me. I had it on video.
Oh
Duh.
my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. So, quick question to everybody out there who's participating right now. Uh, put it in the chat or comments. Let me know if you got it. I see somebody got it. Just one.
Mine is
We
just
got just
going to
one.
Chat GPT.
Oh, is it? It
This is the
should
joy of
pull up.
live, folks. We get to try stuff out live, and it may very well be on the. We used to call these ID10T errors. That means it's on my side. If you spell ID10T out, it spells idiot. That could mean that I'm the idiot here. Distinctly possible, folks.
It's very possible, but it's most likely me. Again, I just put this
Uh,
presentation together earlier today. Let me
well, we
just double
appreciate it
check.
immensely. I want to avoid us having to go back later and resend it. Yeah, it's just unfortunately it's just opening up ChatGPT for me.
Okay, let me do this then.
You look in the comments and see if anybody else has got better. They may be having better luck than we are.
If you don't have better luck than we are, I will add that link. Same here. Okay, so apparently I'm the idiot. So I'm going to update this presentation. I'm just going to put the link in there. But if anything, I will add the link to the comment section later. And then
Oh,
that way
that's
you guys have
perfect.
it. Yeah,
Thanks, Kevin. That's awesome.
my bad. Okay, let's go ahead and get going. All right, so the way this is going to work, think of the one video idea that you want to run with. Maybe it's a trend. Okay, Chat GPT in video content creation. Okay, that's going to be the video idea that I have. What we're going to do, it's actually pretty easy because I've already written out the prompt for you. You're going to copy this prompt right here. Okay, you're going to go to Chat GPT. Got a whole brand new canvas here to start with. And I'm on Chat GPT 4 and I'm on the Teams edition. So it's a little bit more, but you have much more to work with. You have you have a higher limit cap, I guess, on pretty much everything that you're going to do. And if you're anything like me, you'll blow through the personal cap really quickly. I don't know how that happens, but it happens. So we're just going to copy and paste that prompt into Chat GPT. Whoa. I'm not even sure what that says up there.
That's
Look,
interesting.
look at all the what the heck? Well, at least maybe I guess it understood me. Okay, so once we've done that, we fed ChatGPT the content primer. Okay. We just prompted it. We started it. So now we actually have to use our content primer. Now, when you use that QR code that doesn't work, you'll be given a link to build out your content primer. It's going to basically ask you who your brand is, what your brand is about, your ideal audience, what your core topics are, and what your brand voice is. And that's pretty much it. And then it'll walk you through the whole process. And what it's going to do, I have to be very careful about sharing this because this is my personal primer, but it will build out this entire document about your personal brand. And all you're going to do is you're just going to copy this primer and then you're going to paste it into Chat GPT. And Chat GPT is going to respond. And now it's going to wait for your next thing, which is your video idea or topic. So what did we say it was? Chat GPT for creating video ideas. So that is the video topic or idea. Now, mind you, we are focusing on trends. So we are going to talk about the trends of using ChatGPT for video ideas. Now that I've entered the idea or topic. Now I'm going to feed this script framework. So oh man, look at this. I've carefully crafted this framework for trends. Now, when we get to the other topics or the other frameworks, the scripts are completely different. So here you are actually getting a framework designed specifically for trends. So I'm going to type in, here's the framework because it decided to type in something different. And I'm going to paste it. Wow, look at how messed up Canva made this thing. All right. So what's going to happen is, in this case, it's building out the outline for this particular script. And as we go through it, it's just kind of going through the process, but using ChatGPT for creating video ideas. So it's building out the outline for your hook. So start with the explosion of interest in AI and its impact on creative industries, highlighting the recent advancement in language models like ChatGPT that have captured the world's attention. The promise to explore how ChatGPT can be a revolutionary tool for content creators, offering new ways to generate ideas, overcome creative block, and enhance content strategy. The introduction briefly introduce ChatGPT, focusing on its relevance to content creators, highlight its ability to generate ideas, write drafts, and even provide insights on SEO and digital strategy. Analysis. Discuss why ChatGPT is becoming an indispensable tool for content creators, touching on the broader trend of AI and creative process. Analyze the potential impacts on content creation, including increased efficiency, creativity, and the ability to stay ahead of trends. And then lastly, share your perspective as a guide or mentor on navigating the integration of AI tools like ChatGPT into content strategy. Now, here's something that you don't realize that ChatGPT did. Now, in my content primer, how I identify myself as an expert is a mentor or guide, somebody who's gone through it, done a lot of it, spent a lot of money, made a lot of mistakes, and had thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of hours doing what I do. So I identify as a mentor or guide. So it's taking all of the things that I've already fed it in the primer to basically build the content out in my particular voice, in my style, with my perspectives into this script. And then we go into the examples. So provide real world examples or case studies, and then highlight specific instances where ChatGPT suggestions have led to successful content pieces. And then value delivery, offer insights, and then provide practical tips. And then lastly, create some call to action. So now, just as you guys know, ChatGPT is great, but it's kind of wonky. In this situation, it didn't necessarily do the one thing that I wanted it to do, which was basically ask me how I wanted to navigate each section. So the hook, the promise, the introduction, and all that stuff. And as a matter of fact, it didn't even write a script, but it basically created an outline for me. So now what do I do? Well, now that I like all this, I'm going to say, this outline is great. Please write a video script for me. And then it's going to go through that process. Now, it's leveraging my voice. It's leveraging my style of content creation. It's going to produce the script in that particular framework, and it's going right through it. So I'm just going to read this off as if I'm actually doing the video. Hey everyone, Kevin Lee here, your guide through the ever-evolving landscape of content creation. Today, we're diving into something that's making waves in the creative world. Something that's not just a trend, but a revolution in how we think about content creation. Yes, I'm talking about the rise of AI, specifically ChatGPT, and how it's transforming our creative processes. Imagine using something like this with a teleprompter. You're going to absolutely crush it. Now, depending on your style of content reading or content creation, you might want to fine tune it. And that's the whole thing. This is actually why I'm a big fan of using ChatGPT for at least building the foundation and getting everything started, because now I'm going to be able to go in and tweak it to my liking and how I want to create content. I can go a couple different ways. I could be the fast talking, uh, stylish creator, or I could slow it down and make it into something more almost like cinematic and change up the words that I use, or even change up the pace so that it's leveraging some supplemental B-roll, uh, showing the process, using even music and B-roll to kind of change the flow of things rather than just strictly going into a talking head video. Now, with the way that these frameworks are built, it actually is meant to be a talking head video first, but you can change it up to however you want. So this was just strictly on trends. Now, say I already like the script. This is pretty cool, but check this out. When we get to the last slide later, or one of the later slides, I'll actually show you about how I use ChatGPT 4 to do some extended research and use examples and then embed that into my script. So in this case, I'm just going to tease it. This is pretty cool. Do some research on some notable experts in ChatGPT, like Jonathan Mast,
You're too kind.
and share some of his insights. And so now we're able to take ChatGPT and say, pull some stuff from the web and let's incorporate it into this. Sweet. This actually touches on something really important. So I'm going to go off on a tangent a little bit. As a content creator, you're not just creating content, but you're building digital breadcrumbs. Let me repeat myself. You're creating digital breadcrumbs. So the more breadcrumbs you leave, the easier it is for people to find your breadcrumb trail and follow you and find you. So just think about that. Every little piece of content that you create and you publish it and it's out there for the world to see, it creates one more breadcrumb or digital signal for people to find you and position you as an expert in that one particular thing that they're searching for, they're finding on the web. So here, Jonathan Mast offers a wealth of insights on leveraging ChatGPT. Da 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 da. So let's add this. I love this. Please weave this into the script somehow. Sweet. And now it's embedding that into the script. I'm curious as to where it's going to place him. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're venturing into the realm of AI, focusing on a tool that's reshaping content creators as we know it, ChatGPT. But we're not going at it alone. We're tapping into the wisdom of digital marketing visionary Jonathan Mast. Dude, who's been pioneering the use of AI to empower content creators and marketers alike. Look, you can't make this up. This is happening live. I wasn't planning on doing this. Like, I wasn't planning on asking ChatGPT to incorporate Jonathan Mast into my video script. That's nuts. So it did exactly that. I like it. Now I'm going to say, let's go ahead and let's make a video summary. So please create a video summary of this. Create a video summary. Please keep it under 160 words. That's kind of the magic for me, under 160 words for video summaries, because of the fact that a lot of times ChatGPT just goes off and starts writing a whole novel for a summary. I just need 160 words. This in itself is all I need to go to the next thing. So we're going to go back and we just did trends. Now understand, I've done the same exact thing for you guys it for educational videos, aspirational videos, storytelling videos, entertainment videos, review videos. Okay. By the end of this, you guys are going to get this exact presentation deck so you can copy the prompts and all that stuff in all its glory and use it for yourself immediately. So, not only did you get one gift earlier today with the custom GPT that obviously the QR code doesn't work and it sucks and I got to do something about that, but you're also getting the presentation deck. So, one of the presentation decks here is did I do it? Did I add it here? I guess I didn't. Maybe I did. Hold on. Please share the keyword and summary you'd like to optimize for. All right. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste this here. Oh my gosh. Look at how awful that looks. Oh, yeah. I'm going to use my backup doc, which does this for me. And I'm going to show you guys how I organize my content ideas and pretty much how I organize all my videos in general. It's pretty nutty, but it's very, very easy to work with. All right. So I'm going to paste this prompt in here. So it says use the following keyword to optimize for and the summary to create a keyword cluster with the associated keywords and create a YouTube title. Keep it under 60 characters that evokes desire and is easy to understand. A description under 140 characters. And the tags under 500 characters, and a list of 3 thumbnail phrases. I will submit the keyword and summary in the next prompt. So if you guys have spent any time with Jonathan or even with me, you'll understand that prompting is a science and an art in itself. If you want the best outputs, you have to really refine the way that you prompt Chat GPT. Like you can't just tell it to do something and expect it to just read your mind and do it. It's like talking to an 8-year-old. I was explaining this to somebody this morning. You could say, hey, my daughter, hey, Lucy, can you go get me a glass? And she'll, instead of getting me a glass cup, she'll probably go grab me some glasses because she heard glass. So you have to be very specific with ChatGPT, and the more specific you are, the better your outputs. So I told it I'm gonna need these things. So in this case, I'm going to say ChatGPT for content creation is going to be my key phrase or keyword, and then I'm going to create a double enter, I guess, and I'm going to copy this summary that it gave me earlier, and I'm going to paste it right here. And now what it's going to do is it's going to work off of that to create my YouTube title, the description, the tags, the thumbnail phrases, and if I'm lucky, it might even do the keyword clusters. It's done it before. It didn't do it this time. ChatGPT for you. But when you're making YouTube videos, this is ultimately everything that you need right here outside of the actual thumbnail design itself. So once you finish your video and you're ready to publish it, you can copy all of this stuff and then paste it into ChatGPT, and chances are your video will actually be, if you use TubeBuddy or vidIQ, your video is going to score really high on their SEO metric standards. So just take that as a really easy way to use ChatGPT to not only come up with your video script, but also all the meta stuff that you're going to need right there. Now, you could stop right there, but we're not going to stop right there because let's say we've already done our video, we were already posting it, but now we also have to run distribution even further. So a couple things you can do. One is you can generate a blog. And I found that with ChatGPT, especially GPT-4, if you said, I want you to create a blog for me that's 1,200 to 1,600 words, it'll struggle with that, especially if it's running off of something like this. It won't always get it right, but sometimes you can get pretty close and then you can fine tune it and tweak it however you need. And I'm sure Jonathan has a way to work around that. Otherwise, there's other things that you can create. Email newsletter. Please write an email newsletter to my audience, sharing the concepts of this video, and then point them to this video. So now I'm just going to write this newsletter, and it does it. So I just gave you all the prompts and the framework for doing exactly this. So come up with some video ideas. Before you even do that, use the content primer to come up with your brand primer, just like you saw over here. And then you're going to use this to actually help you come up with your video ideas. As a matter of fact, let me show you something. So this is part of the primer. And when you go through the content primer GPT, it'll actually come up with all your video ideas. And then all you have to do is, there you go. Oh, there you go. Okay. It will actually come up with all your video ideas. Oh, is that why? Oh, table view. There it is. Okay. It'll come up with all your video ideas. And then all you have to do is paste it in. That's the beauty of it. So if you have a way to organize all your video ideas, you just go here, copy the title, and then move it into ChatGPT and go through the framework that I showed you earlier in my presentation. Follow these steps and it'll start working through the process for you. Pretty slick. So real quick, I'm going to ask a few questions to the audience here. Do me a favor, type in a video idea and then type in which framework you want to run it through. So I'm going to show this slide right here. So you can choose which framework you want to run in. And the first person that gives me a video idea or topic and a framework, I'll run it through the Chat GPT. And while we're waiting for that, Jonathan, I want to hear your thoughts.
Well, I just posted one. This is amazing, Kevin. I mean, just huge value here. Love everything that you're talking about. One of the things I just posted in there was, hey, what about doing an aspirational one for being a prompt hero? Because of course I love that. I see we got other ones coming in. We got sports team history, entertainment. We got some stuff coming in. This is great. I mean, I can't believe what you're getting it to do here. This is just absolutely mind blowing, even to me. And I'm prompting all the time, but this is so cool.
Love it. Love it. All right. So I'm going to run with Jonathan's first, and then we're going to run with the Seattle Seahawks. They play
You're
soccer.
So nice.
They're soccer players, right? Is that what they do?
As far as I know.
I'm assuming that's true. I think there's a big event coming up, but I don't think the Seattle Seahawks are in it. I could be wrong.
Not to the best of my knowledge, no.
Let me do this because I feel like Canva, or at least the PDF version of it, decided that it just didn't want to listen to me.
Oh, yes. Been there, done that.
It's so interesting. All right. So educational, aspirational. All right. So I'm going to go into ChatGPT. Okay. And then I'm going to copy my primer. I'm going to paste it in. And then the video idea is how to be a prompt hero. Video idea, how to be a prompt hero. And then lastly, we're going to add the framework.
I love how straightforward this is.
All right. And it's going right through it. As a matter of fact, this time around, it's actually doing the actual script. So this is the whole thing that I was working on last night too, was making it so that it was actually this easy. Now, I'm going to give away a little secret. I'm working on the custom GPT for this. So you won't even have to paste all of these things in. You're just going to say, I want to do an aspirational video, and the video topic is this. That's what my next custom GPT is going to do. So in a short amount of time, you're going to be able to come up with your, using the brand content primer, you're going to be able to come up with your content, your brand's content stack, or all the content ideas, video ideas, topics and stuff. And then in a second GPT, you're going to be able to just say, I want to make a video about this, and this is the framework I want to run off of. And then it's going to take you through it. So in this video script, it's about being a prompt hero. Yes. How to be a prompt
Yep.
hero.
Yep.
Oh, I'm curious to see what it's going to say. The opening shot. Kevin stands in a well-lit, dynamic workspace surrounded by content creation gear and screens displaying vibrant creative projects. Pretty much there.
Not bad. Yeah.
In the world of content creation, it's not the strongest or the most intelligent who will survive, but those who can manage change. A twist. This is a twist on Darwin's theory, but remarkably, it's relevant to us, the creators, navigating the digital evolution. So if you were to watch me read through this, you will notice I don't do it verbatim. I put my own spin on it. And that's the thing that I want you to always understand when it comes to working with ChatGPT. It's going to do its thing. And while it's pretty darn good, it's not always going to be perfect. And you have to make sure that you're navigating this with a grain of salt, and you're putting your own spin on your own delivery, because there's only you. ChatGPT will never be you. I'm fingers crossed it will never be you, because you don't want it to be. But it's going to at least give you a good foundation to start crafting your style and your way of doing content. Today, I'm not just going to inspire you. I'm going to transform the way you think about content creation. How? By becoming a prompt hero. And then it goes into sharing the story. Flashback to a less polished, more candid setting. Kevin is at his desk, illuminated by the soft glow of his computer screen, reflecting on moment of creative block. Man, like if I could show you the number of times I've just sat here like this, like stuck, not knowing what to do, where to go with the content, and just getting stuck with creative block. This is 90% of my day. There was a time when I stared at a blank screen, the cursor blinking back at me like a silent challenge. It was then, in that moment of struggle, I discovered the power of prompts. Not just any prompts, but those that leveraged AI to transform my content creation process. Now, I could even go in here and say, please incorporate a little bit of my story and connection to Jonathan Mast, and it'll find a way to weave that in. That's the crazy part. So we have this whole entire script here, and it even has a nice little call to action at the end. Join me on this journey. Let's create, inspire, and lead the way forward, because in this rapidly evolving digital landscape, the future belongs to those who dare to ask, what if? Have you seen the show What If? Marvel What If on Disney Plus? Brilliant show. That's literally the opening, the end of the opening credits of Disney's Marvel's What If. Okay, so now that we have that together, you have all those additional prompts. You can run with it as far as you want to go and create content. Now you have a basic framework to run with. I want to do the one on the they're playing soccer now. So let's do the Seattle Seahawks. I'm going to create a new one. This will be the last one. And we are going to run with Seattle Seahawks entertainment. All right. So we're going to go back to the primer. Let's go to entertainment. I'm going to copy this. Man, it really messed that up. I don't know what the deal is. Storytelling, entertainment. All right. Copy, ChatGPT. We're going to paste it. Now, the reason why for one reason why I didn't make the GPT last night and all that stuff was mostly because I wanted to show you guys what it looks like to just go through the prompting process. You can't really appreciate these GPTs without actually knowing how to prompt to begin with, and the complexities of prompting. Like when you become a prompt hero, you can create your own GPTs. You can create a lot of different AI uh, systems. You can work with a lot of them because you understand how to navigate those conversations to get exactly the thing that you want. So here, I'm going to go ahead and copy my primer once again. I'm going to paste it in. And in this primer, it understands everything about me, my brand voice, who my audience is, my core topics, and how I, as a specific type of expert, am related to those particular core topics. All right, so now we're here. It's going to ask me for that video idea. Um, the Seattle Seahawks. Yes. Do you start a new chat each time you're starting with a new primer prompt? Yes, because if you mix primer prompts, I mean, you could. I just like to start from a blank canvas because that way I'm not mixing different pieces of information. Especially if I'm working through a script, I could actually say, "Let's start a new project," and then it probably wipe a lot of stuff clean. But at the end of the day, I just rather not risk it and just start with a blank canvas. The Seattle Seahawks, a history lesson. I'm just going to go there because I don't want to offend anybody. I don't know anything about the Seattle Seahawks, but I can probably say they're not doing too great. Or they probably did great. I don't know. All right. Um, how about a brief and hilarious history lesson? I I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend. It's just we're doing an entertainment video. So in this case, we're doing an entertainment video on the Seattle Seahawks. Let's go ahead and pull the script specifically for entertainment. So ChatGPT is doing this thing where it's already building out of the framework itself. Introduction, early days, key personalities, unforgettable games, fan culture and mascot antics, a recent history, and looking forward in conclusion. That's cool and all, but I'd rather go with this. I'm going to paste this. So hook, promise. Remember, tell them what you're going to tell them, tell them what you told them, and so on and so forth. So I'm just pasting in all of these key things only because I don't trust how Canva did it. In the next version of this presentation, it'll be much easier to copy and paste. All right. So based on that detailed framework, now we're going to go off and run the script. So for those of you who are fans of the Seattle Seahawks, I'm so sorry. I am, but I'm sorry, but I'm not because I didn't write this. Did you know the Seattle Seahawks once tried to pass off a college marching band as their professional halftime show? Talk about budget cuts. Hey everyone, I'm Kevin Lee. I'm your guide through the wild world of content creation, and today we're diving headfirst into the hilarious history of the Seattle Seahawks. Trust me, it's more entertaining than a mascot on roller skates. That might be foreshadowing. We're not just here to recount scores and stats. No, no, no. We're here to uncover the side splitting, eyebrow raising antics that have colored the Seahawks' journey. From draft day disasters to touchdown celebrations that went wrong, we've got it all. So stick around because you won't want to miss this. Let's kick things off first with the early days. Now, picture this 1976, bell bottoms were in, and so was launching an NFL team with more enthusiasm than experience. The Seahawks' first season was like the first pancake you make. It serves a purpose, but it's not pretty. Dude, this is pretty darn good. Now, before we get into the nitty gritty of our feathered friends past, let's play a quick game. Guess the outcome: an NFL team, a live hawk mascot, and a stadium full of fans. What could go wrong? A, the hawk lands on the opposing team's coach. B, the hawk takes off and isn't seen again until halftime. Or C, the hawk starts its own cheerleading squad. Pop your guesses in the comment section below. I couldn't have written this. I honestly could not have written this. This is really, really good. And also, ChatGPT, working off of my primer, knows that I'm working off of my expertise, and even the way that I talk, it understands this. It knows my brand voice and tone. So witty, unfiltered, that's pretty much how I talk. Now, this is a little bit more elevated than how I would probably present, but as you can tell by the way that I'm doing it, my voice naturally fits with this. I've done table reads before, and there are times where I'm just like, I can't read this because it doesn't sound like me, and I don't feel comfortable saying the words that are being written. So this is very much my style. Now, once the script is done and I'm happy with this, I might run and do some other things with it, writing a blog, writing an email newsletter, or writing some short form scripts based on this. So that is pretty much it. Now you can basically take the same exact framework and apply this whole process and apply any video idea through the lens of any of these frameworks, whether it's a product review or book review, entertainment video, storytelling, aspirational video, educational video, trends. You've pretty much, you're completely covered. So the additional prompts that I was talking about earlier. So in the middle of some of this, in the middle of the process, you can actually ask ChatGPT to do some research for you, and then ask some questions, and then ask you to embed that or weave the findings into your script. So just like we did with Jonathan Mass, we were able to embed him into my video script. Please do a search on this particular product. Now, this is tied to product reviews. I'm doing a bunch of product reviews in the coming weeks, and while I have my notes, I'd like to see what other people are saying and weave those into my reviews as well, so that A, it gives me something to talk about, and B, I can compare what other people are saying versus what I'm saying about the product. Please ask me to incorporate my own personal story. So sometimes ChatGPT will just make up a story for you, but I like to make sure that I'm embedding my personal stories into, and then folding that in, and then rewriting the script so it fits more with my narrative. And then here we're talking about the short summary. So once the video script's done, ask it to write a short summary for you, because that becomes kind of a primer for other things that you want to create. Like using this with the keyword explorer in TubeBuddy. Now you can actually do all the SEO stuff associated. Please share the keyword and summary that you'd like to optimize for. So there's that. So optimizing for that particular keyword. And then also, please create a short 30-second to 1-minute real talking head video script for me to promote this video. Open with a compelling hook, share a piece of valuable knowledge, and then create a call to action directing the viewer to the full video. So these are just a couple of examples of additional prompts that you can work with to elevate your work that you're doing with that video script. And that's it. We got through this thing, and I think this was basically an hour. So we got through an entire hour of how to not just come up with your video ideas, but now actually taking those video ideas, putting them through the teaser framework, and then creating a full video script and then some out of it. Woo!
Kevin, you just nailed it, my friend. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing information there. I want to encourage you guys, if you're watching this, and I did get some messages, we had apparently some problems with the Facebook live stream. I see some people are on, but some people are not. So if you're watching the replay, that was nothing to do with us, but we will be posting the replay. Make sure that you join Kevin's group, YouTubers United. He's got a URL here. Let me share this here real quick up here. Go ahead and scan that QR code up there in the corner.
I hope it works.
Oh, I'm sure that one does. I'm sure that one does. we want to make sure that you guys get into that, use that group. Kevin's got some amazing information in there. And if you haven't figured out already, Kevin not only knows video, but he knows marketing. And boy, the value he's bringing is just absolutely amazing. Kevin, I want to thank you again. Just huge value here, huge amounts of information. I did have a question come through on my end, on my chat, actually asking, are we going to be able to give them a copy of the PDF of the slide deck? Is that an option?
Yes,
Oh, that's
absolutely. So I'm
amazing.
going to make sure that you guys have that. Also, I think Jonathan, you and I talked about this the last presentation. So I'm going to toss this idea out there. So we talked about how to come up with the video ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Today we talked about how to script it. But I think we should probably demonstrate how to film your content.
Oh, I'd love to do that. I'd love to do that. So we've got a bunch of people watching. Give us a 1 in the comments if you'd like us to actually do one of these and show you how to record these. I know we've got a bunch of different platforms, but give us a 1 in the comments. Let us know.
Hold on.
I just got a chat from it. Thank you for those of you guys that are messaging me directly. I appreciate that. So that's awesome. Oh, look at that. We're going to get an unboxing, a live unboxing video. All right, Kevin, you're going big screen here. Let's see what you've got.
This just came
Live
in the mail
unboxing,
today.
guys. Let's see what we've got. Lots of 1s in the comments. We appreciate that. And Kevin, they're telling us, I think they want us to do that session.
You guys really want to watch me make videos?
I think they do. Lots of 1s. I want to see what's in the box. A box is in the box.
I think this is showing up as backwards, but
it's a prompter. Yeah.
this is the Elgato prompter. So
I was going to say that's an Elgato logo. I didn't know they had a prompter.
So when they first announced this, I was like, I already have a teleprompter. I have several. And there are plenty of people who make very relatively inexpensive teleprompters, but the problem with them is that they're just the prompter. They don't actually come with the screen that you're going to usually reflect off of. And oftentimes it's your iPad or a phone or something like that. This is actually the teleprompter and the screen built in, and the software that comes with it makes it so that you can actually use your computer. This will actually double as your monitor. And on top of that, the software does all the teleprompter stuff for you. So it'll flip the words. You can actually type everything into it and then you can run from it. And so if you have a setup like myself, you can use this teleprompter, connect this to your computer and type up all your stuff and basically paste it in and run your script. And if you actually stick with me the next time we do a demonstration, I'm going to show you how to edit using Descript.
Oh, love Descript. Love that.
I love me some Descript. That thing is no joke.
Well, and I got to say, Elgato products are amazing. It's one of those products. Everything they put together is well done. So I'm very much looking forward to hearing more about that teleprompter as well. That'll be way cool. Super cool.
It's definitely game changing. And if you are looking to get into content creation today, if you're an expert in a particular space, or you just want to create content and you want to make some valuable content, value-driven content, now is the best time to do it. There's
100%.
So much technology out there. The cost to do all this stuff is so much less than what it was even a year or two ago. You can easily get started looking really professional with just a couple of key pieces of equipment, or even with just your phone and a couple of apps. The sky's the limit. The opportunity's there. You just got to go for it.
100%. Just press record, as Sean Kennel likes to say. Just press record.
Yeah,
makes all the difference. All right, guys. So Kevin, do we have a commitment? Are we going to do a how to film this one as well? We'll get that scheduled and announced to everybody. Is that a go?
It looks like it.
All right. Awesome. Guys, that's great news. And again, go join Kevin's group. Tell him thank you. Kevin, as you saw, for once, I didn't do much talking. Kevin did the majority of it, and just as giving of his generosity here to share with us what he does. Please go thank him, join his group, support what he's doing. It's amazing stuff that you're doing here, Kevin, and amazing stuff you shared. And then watch Kevin's page, watch my page, watch the AI group. We'll be posting those guides so you guys can get all the prompts and the framework and everything else and start using that yourself as well. So And if you're watching the replay, we'd love your comments. So even if you missed the live, leave us your comments and we'll go from there. Kevin, thank you so much. Have an amazing weekend, my friend. And tell Tamara I said hello.
You got it. Thank you so much, Jonathan.
All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great